Yo guys, it is Tech Tuesday, episode 2. You guys seem to like the last one, where every Tuesday we take a look at a piece of tech that I think you're gonna like. Today we're gonna check out this macro pad with a rotary encoder for your desk setup that's only $15. Let's dive into this thing. So the way this thing works is it plugs into your computer via USB-C, and then it sits on your desk as part of your setup. You can put it wherever you want, but I like it off to the left here so I could use it while I'm using my mouse. You can then map these keys that are on the macro pad as well as the dial to do literally anything that you want. It comes with a super easy to use program to map the keys and dials, anything from simple key presses all the way to longer macros or even system level things like turning the volume up and down or turning your camera on and off. After just a few weeks with this thing, I already have so many different ways I utilize it, with the dial being my favorite part by far, whether that's my default mode where the dial controls volume and then the keys are media keys, or my text editing mode where I can scroll through the document with the dial and then copy and paste using the keys, or my video editing mode where I can scrub through the timeline and then have other macros tied to the keys. The possibilities with this thing are absolutely endless. For something that's $15, the build quality on this thing is actually pretty incredible. It actually uses proper mechanical keyboard switches. This one has blue switches in it, which are super clicky and satisfying. Because it uses proper keyboard parts and hot swap sockets, that also means if you're like me and you're a huge keyboard nerd and have parts lying around, you could swap this thing out and customize it as you need. This is also a great testing bed to test keyboard switches if you want to test out certain switch styles without having to commit to a full keyboard. And lastly, for those who care, it does have RGB, so it'll fit in with your super ultra dope gaming setup. Anyway, pretty big fan of this thing, especially for $15 for this much functionality. It's pretty incredible bang for your buck. I will leave a link to this in my bio on Amazon if you want to check it out for yourself. This thing's found its way so deep in my workflow where I actually bring it with me when I'm like editing on my laptop, so I have it to scrub through videos and stuff. Pretty incredible little thing. If you guys like this series, Tech Tuesday, please let me know in the comments and I'll keep it going. It was great feedback on the last one. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate every single one of you. So I have an idea that I might want to kind of explore turning into an actual product, and I want to run it by you guys first. This idea involves taking something that's traditionally analog and using tech to enrich it a little bit further. Let me explain a little bit more and show you what I'm talking about. So I've always really enjoyed traditional pen and paper journaling, both the actual writing stuff in and reflecting on it afterwards, and I did see something online years ago that I've always wanted to do that I just haven't done because it would cost so much. Let me show you. That idea was adding a Polaroid picture alongside every single journal entry. This made the journal entries a lot more rich, made skimming it a lot better. You know what they say, picture's worth 1,000 words, yada yada yada. As much as I love this, there are two major issues. One is you have to have this camera with you every single day, and two, these babies are very expensive, and 365 of these for a year would rack up the bank account. So this is where the tech comes in. Let me show you my little prototype. So instead of the Polaroid, each page will have a microchip embedded into it that's tied to that given date. All you need to do to view the picture is simply tap your phone on top of that microchip, and you'll see the photo for the given date. You'll see here, good day, went to the beach, and we have our picture of the beach. All it takes is that one tap. The main idea is to have the whole experience be as seamless and analog as possible. There's no scrolling through menus, no anything like that. You see a page you like, you tap your phone, and the photo to accompany it is there. The entire app is designed with this ultra minimal experience in mind, including adding a photo to a given page, which is also super easy. All you need to do, go into your journal, find the page you want to add a photo to that doesn't already have one tied to it. Simply tap your phone onto the microchip on that page. It's going to look up the date that's tied to that page and show you all the photos from that day. You simply need to select one and hit done. Just like that, the image is assigned to the page. You can then take a photo of the journal for archival purposes and search through all the text if you need later on. And that's it. That's the whole idea. It's a simple solution to a simple problem, and I've got a bunch of other ways I could think to refine it further, but I'm curious to think if you guys think this is something you'd actually ever use. If so, I'm going to make a whole bunch of other videos developing this further. I'm really excited for the project because it involves a whole bunch of my favorite pieces of tech, like NFC tags, of course. It's also going to let me dabble a little bit in app development, which is something I've always wanted to get into. If you have any other suggestions or any other questions, please leave them in the comments. If not, thanks so much for watching. I appreciate all of ya.